Alright, here we are with Mr. Becker for the next step, the next evolution, the next video, whatever the crap you want to call it. That thing, sorry, I'm pointing, you're probably seeing this right here. This thing right here needs to be cleaned. Good old Mr. Becker. So, yeah, let's get awkward and get this thing cleaned up from all of the construction dust. So, if anybody doesn't know, that's Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Mr. Pecker from Bruce Campbell. Alright, I'm going to set that back down and act like I never said any of those things. So, cleaning, basic tools, big brush for the large dusty parts, and the smaller brush for the more detailed areas. And then of course I have Q-tips, if y'all can see those, if I'm pointing the camera in the right direction. A fancy spray bottle filled with distilled water. That's it. No chemicals, nothing. Just water. And this guy, just a clean microfiber towel. So, I mean, we've gone through this now a couple of times, so y'all should be relatively not so new here if y'all are following along with all this cleaning. Cleaning up from construction dust from the freeze in February of 2021. We had 14 pipe breaks, yada yada yada. But I've got to get this room, my little comic room here where my collection is. Everything is really dusty, everything's really dirty. It all needs to be cleaned up and reorganized. This place is a forking mess. So, starting with statues, getting these things cleaned up and ready to go. So, tickle, tickle, tickle. Oh, there's the awkward spot. Got to get that crotch. And the booty, of course. But got to try to get into these little nooks and crannies to make sure that the dust is goners, that the dirt is goners. And then I will try digging into, I'm fixing to try digging into some of these spots right here to see if I can, with the Q-tip, to see if I can't get a little bit more detailed, especially like under here. Inside these little crevices will hold a little bit more dirt just because you can't really get to them just in regular cleaning. So that's pretty much that story. So you take this Q-tip in your hand, spray just a couple of sprays of water on there, done, easy peasy, and then take Mr. Parker here and just go along the inside of any nooks and crannies and stuff that you really couldn't get with anything else. So just as much as you can. I'm just rambling on. I do this for a living. I detail cars for a living, so this is kind of a natural occurrence for me. These are the things that I look for, the little details and stuff like this to make sure they get cleaned out. Back here on his foot needs to be cleaned. Inside the crotch and the booty crack. And of course, inside of his hands, which really wouldn't get from anything else aside from this. Or at least not the way that I would want them to be cleaned. So they get cleaned inside of here. Right in here's a weird little area in his traps back here. Is that traps? His deltoids? I don't remember. So see if we can get underneath his jawline here. And then inside these little crosses from whatever building he was standing on. Hopefully y'all are seeing all this and I'm not just pointing this camera off into random nowhereness. So that doesn't look too bad. It's pretty clean. This one was pretty clean. So Just in case there's any water left over, even though it's distilled water, it should not leave water spots behind. We take this soft, dry brush, go over the spots that we cleaned with the water just to make sure that it's nice and dry. Don't want to take any chances at all. And the crotch, of course, and the booty crack. Get underneath his hands where they can hold on to stuff. And the neckline. Of course, inside all of these little details in here to get that dried out. And that is one relatively clean and detailed Peter Pecker. So that's it. We got to move on. We got more stuff to clean, and I've got more stuff to go over with you guys here in the comic room. Also, this picture is crooked and it's pissing me off because it moves when I open the door and close the door. Please send help. I can't take this. Okay, goodbye. Okay, goodbye.